You want a war? You're going to get one.
What was that? We had no time for one more play.
We had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. Yeah, we had one more opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. You might do way kick dig back here. Holy crap, it seems like it's been forever. What is going on, everybody? Where the hell you been? It is good to see you guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Dave Wick, what's going on? Kyle, Ty Child, A.J, As I Like Sports, what's going on? Philly Nation, Eddie, EJB, Maurice, Rocco, my man, where you been? Roll Philly Dog, what's going on, man? It has been forever. I mean, it's been since the Super Bowl, but geez, it feels like that's like 6 months ago. Bryce, what's going on? G59, CZ, Jewel, thank you guys for being here. Eagles fan, thank you guys so much. What was it? G59 Hunter, man, member for 28 months, man. Thank you for your support, brother. He says, get out of the Marines in 100 days. Fly Eagles, fly. You get out in 100 more days, man. Congratulations. I bet you're excited, huh? And congratulations. Thank you for your service, by the way. But thank you guys for being here, man. It's been really like kind of just dead, right? I mean, the one thing about not playing in the Super Bowl is like, you know, we've already been in the all season for like a month. And it seems like 6 months, man. I'd much rather play in the Super Bowl. Things go a lot quicker. But the good thing is things are going to kind of start picking up this week. We've got the Combine. We will be streaming the Combine live for at least 3 days. That should be good. Me and Joey will be back. The Shakedown will be back doing that this week. So I look forward to that. But we got a lot to talk about nonetheless. Philly Nation says, I hope they don't trade A.J., but he has to stop crying for not getting the ball. He's a great player, but I feel they're trying to get rid of him because of the complaint. They need to think this is a new offensive quarterback. I don't think they're going to get rid of him, and I don't even think they want to. I agree. He's got to learn to handle his frustrations better. I don't think they're going to trade him. I mean, it's still up in the air. I think they're going to listen to offers. They're going to see what they could get. But I don't think they're going to trade him at the end of the day. Unless they get something ridiculous. I don't think they do it. George, what's going on, man? Hello from Athens, Greece. What's going on, man? Kyle, what's up? Ronnie, what's up? Stacy, what's up? Otrego, what's good? What's good, everybody? Thank you for being here. First thing we should talk about, really, this is kind of coming out like earlier today, but there are rumors about Tanner Mckee possibly going to the Jets. Rumors, the Jets have interest in trading for Eagles quarterback Tanner Mckee, according to @TonyPauline. Now, it's Tony Pauline, so take it with a grain of salt, but, quote, yet people in the league tell me if general manager Tanner Mckee gets his way, the Jets will look to bring in a less expensive signal caller. And two names that keep entering the conversation is Tanner Mckee and Davis Mills. Now, McKee's on the last year of a contract coming up. So if a team wants to get him and take a shot with him 1 year to see where he is, this is the time to do it. The question I have, and the giant question is what would you get in return for Tanner Mckee? I mean, what, a third, second, something like that? I don't think the Jets have a third-round pick. I think we actually already own it. Plus, do you really want to send him to the Jets? That's like sending him to go die, basically, It's crazy. I think Phillips will sign before March 9th. Well, it's the key. the Phillips situation and the A.J. Brown situation, and I'll talk about this later in a video later today, but those two guys are the key to basically how this offseason's going to go. You know? Scanner Tanner, I like it. Pick 44 for Tanner, that'd be great. I mean, geez, that would be a decent return. Palantir, what's going on? He was 500. Sirianni had a revelation, and now he wants to use the West Coast offense. This feels like a disaster is coming, but I hope for the best. Man, yeah, a lot of people are worried about it being a West Coast offense, and will Jalen be able to run it? I think Jalen's going to be fine, man. I actually do. I think we're going to see that the Eagles were holding him back all along. But we'll know one way or the other. The one good thing about this season, we're going to know, is it Nick Sirianni? Is it Jalen Hurts? We're going to know what the problem is. Rock the artist, time for action. What's up, my man? How are you? Yeah, Malik Willis could be a good backup. There's no question. Yeah, I'm tired of the A.J. trade talks, too. I hate having to talk about it, but it's like it just won't end. I hate having to talk about it, but it's like it just won't end. I hate having to talk about it, but I hate having to. What the heck? I hate having to talk about it. Do you hear that? That was weird. All right, what the hell's going on? Why did that happen? I don't know. Mav, what's up, dude? Thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, Shakedown. Shakedown is returning, man. It'll be, I think, Thursday we got the first combine. So we'll be streaming Thursday, Friday, possibly Saturday. And then once free agency starts, we're gonna we'll be doing it again. It's coming back, Mav. Hang in there. But thank you for the super chat. Gary, what's going on? Says that we need football. We do. Logan, what's going on, man? Palantir says, start for the Jets or be a backup. Reign in hell versus serve in heaven. Yeah. I mean, I just feel like guys, a quarterback especially, their careers die with the Jets. People got to stop ignoring what is in front of them. I think A.J. likely gone. If he stays, I suspect some of the same annex as last year. If someone offers a first... Well, if somebody offers a first, he's going to go. I agree. But, I mean, who's going to offer you a first-round pick? Remember, the Eagles got to eat a lot of money to trade him. So they're going to want some compensation for it. I think that I don't think the Eagles are going to get what they want for him. Somebody would have to overpay. And I don't know if anybody's going to do that. And I don't know, do you really... I don't want to trade A.J. Brown. There's no receiver that you're going to go out and get that's better than A.J. Brown. So why would we do it? Kyle says, Phil, you think we see deals done in the next 2 weeks? I do. I think that the deal to watch for is Jalen Phillips. Because once all that happens, we'll know. Like if they sign him, then we kind of know how the free agency is going to go. If they don't sign him, then I think it's going to get really interesting because I think there's multiple moves to be made. But it's really going to depend on what they decide to do with Jalen Phillips. Now, Howie's speaking, I think, in an hour. The Eagles are going to speak. I wanted to come on before they speak because you don't want to hear me speak while he's speaking. So I figured I'd jump on before that. I'll do a video later going over it. But, yeah, I think you're going to see some deals get done. We'll be lucky to get a fourth for Tanner. What about a trade that involves possibility with an escalator? Like if Tanner starts this many games or he throws this many touchdowns, goes from a third to a second or something like that. George says, I would keep Tanner Mckee. We may need him throughout the long season. Yeah, it's true. The downside is that if you don't move him now and you keep him, he's a free agent at the end of the year. So he's probably going to go and you'll get nothing for him. I think you guys are way overrating the price we get for Tanner. There's no way in hell we get more than a fourth. Yeah, I mean, it just depends. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks. The one thing with the quarterback position is teams overpay. They overpay. I'm not saying they will for him, but I'm thinking at least if I could get a third-round pick, I would do it. Malik Willis is going to get paid? Maybe. He might. I mean, he looked good with Green Bay, but the question is where's he going to go, and is he going to start? I hope they could bring back CJ. I mean, why not? Every time he leaves, we come back. We go to the Super Bowl. We don't just go to the playoffs. We go to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? 500 has a clone. Yeah, did you hear that? That was crazy. That was really weird. I'm going to catch up to this chat, by the way. Look at this. Ryan Ball's he's got A.J. in a Patriot. Oh, my God. Go Pats. A.J. Brown of Patriots be greatest wide receiver in New England. He ain't going to New England. New England isn't going to give up. I'd want at least a first-round pick for them. You know? We should try to get Tyler Huntley as a backup. Maybe. A.J. and Drake, we'll see. I mean, it's hard for me to imagine the Eagles trading A.J. Brown. With the amount of cap, dead money and stuff that you're going to have to eat, you got to be willing to give me at least a first-round pick. Jim goes, "Hey Philly, how are you doing today? What have I missed so far?" Not much. We're just talking. We talked a little bit about Tanner Mckee. We're talking about the possibilities of A.J. being moved, and then Jalen Phillips and what's going to happen with him. I think if you could get him for under 25, you do it. You know, anything like close to 30, I'm not doing it. You know. Jalen scored subs. AJ wants a real winner, but he wasn't a real winner. AJ's already got a real winner. What are you talking about, Ryan? Your guy stunk in the Super Bowl. I mean, he looked like he didn't deserve to be in the professional football league, let alone play in a Super Bowl. That was a hell of a choke job by May. He stunk. May stunk in the Super Bowl. Jalen's played in 2 of them, and he was better in one series than May was a whole game. So what are you talking about? So yeah, Howie's speaking, I think 2:45 Eastern. I didn't want to come on here and like at the same time he was talking, so I figured I'd come on, do a little pre press conference, you know what I mean? Do I think we get Max Crosby? I think the Eagles will be legit contenders for him if they don't re-sign Jalen Phillips. If the Eagles re-sign Jalen Phillips, then no. But if he leaves and they don't get him, I think they will be players in it. And the reason why I say it is because over the last 2 years, right? Well, this year, last year, and then this offseason, the Eagles have kind of been talking about we got to re-sign our guys. We got to, keep the young guys we have, and that's where all our money is going. Yet, if you look at it, they've tried in that time to go out and get elite pass rushers. They tried to get Myles Garrett last offseason. They almost got Micah Parsons before the season started. Then they tried again to get Myles Garrett at the trade deadline. So I think if the Eagles don't sign Jalen Phillips, I think they're going to go after an elite pass rusher. I do. I think it depends on. I think all of free agency and how aggressive the Eagles are. I think a lot of it's going to depend on what they do with Jalen Phillips. We traded the number 16 overall for A.J. Anything less would be a loss for Howie. Well, especially when you got to eat all that dead money. For the cap hit, he's a cap hit this year, but he's also a big cap hit next year. So I just think it's going to be very hard. I think the Eagles would have to get overcompensated to do it. John says, why would we trade A.J.? We need at least a first-round pick and a player to offload. I don't know why. I mean, I guess people think that it's going to happen because he was complaining and everything that happened last year. But I don't see it. Like, I look at the Eagles, and I think this is a team that's, you tweak it the right way, you fix that offensive line, I think you're right back to being a Super Bowl contender. So why get rid of A.J. Brown and then have no receiver on that other side? Phil, you're going to love the wide receiver prospects this year. Yeah, I can't wait to watch them. I'm looking forward to it, And it'll be interesting to see what the Eagles do during a combine, like who they show interest. I think you got to figure offensive line's got to be, right? Probably tight end, offensive lineman. I think those got to be your top 2 top two biggest interests in the combine. I also think you still got to watch defensive end. You still got to watch cornerback. Like, those are all areas, you know? I think we signed Jalen Phillips too. Yeah, if the Eagles sign Jalen Phillips, then I don't think they're going to be as active as they have been in the past. I think they'll concentrate on then Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, bringing back their guys. But if they don't sign Phillips, I think they're going to be active trying to get a pass rusher. Let's go Howie trade Tanner. He might. Rolfin does. I think with the opportunity, Smitty will be better than A.J. A.J. seems on a Devontae Adams trajectory. I think Devontae is great, but you still need another receiver, though. You're still going to have to replace him. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about Mckee to the Steelers. I have a feeling Rodgers going back there. Reed is a lot more important to the effective communication on defense than folks realize. Go Birds. See, I think this. If Jalen Phillips does not re-sign with the Eagles, I think there's a good chance Reed Blankenship comes back. Unfortunately, Nakobe Dean, I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, you know. We got 291 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you guys subscribe. Just a reminder, Combine, we're going to be doing the Combine this week, so that should be a lot of fun. Mock drafts have us taking a edge, cornerback or wide receiver first round. I still think lineman, tight end, agree cornerback. See, I agree with you. I think offensive lineman or corner. You know, it depends who's available. You know, and it depends what they do in free agency. But see, the reason I don't think they take a corner is because you got to pay Quinyon Mitchell. You're going to have to pay Cooper DeJean. Are they going to bring in a third top-notch corner and then pay him giant money as well? I think they go somewhere else. I think you go free agency. I think they're going to go corner. Edge, I always think the Eagles are interested in a pass rusher. And then wide receiver is possible. If we trade Tanner, Pumper will be wearing different shit. I know, right? Imagining A.J. with offensive coordinator Hurts, Barkley Smith, 500 rookie tight end who can move. I mean, it's great. It's a great problem to have. I'd love to have A.J. back, and then, you know, get this offensive line fixed. And I telling you, this offense is going to be fine. How about we let Phillips walk, get a third round comp pick, and then we trade for Max Crosby and draft Avian Terrell. Yeah, I mean, look, I honestly think if they let Phillips walk, I think they're gonna make a play for a Crosby. I'm not saying they're gonna get him. I'm not saying it's gonna work out at the end, but I think that they'll show interest. If I have a trade Tanner and a fourth to the Steelers for Nick Herbig, do not sell the farm for Crosby, please. Look at Odafe Owa. Well, I don't know that they'll sell the farm, but I do think they'll show interest. I like Nick Herbig. I did see that mock. I saw that mock trade. The only thing is Aaron Rodgers coming back? Because if Rodgers comes back, he's going to start in Pittsburgh. Oh, that Super Bowl was horrible. It was a horrible Super Bowl. Let's not lie. Didn't Max just have surgery, and isn't he going to miss 7 to 8 games already? Nah, I didn't hear anything about that. I heard nothing about him missing any games. I don't even think I heard anything about him having surgery. Vikings could use Tanner. So could the Dolphins, Jet, Cards, Steelers. There's a lot of possibilities. It's going to be interesting to see what teams would be really interested in him. You wonder with the Jets, right? The Jets just got Frank Reich as offensive coordinator. So Frank Reich talks to Nick. We know they're friends. So could that be playing a part in why Tanner may be a possibility? And then, of course, you have Kellen Moore was with them, and he's with the Saints. Could that be a possibility? And then I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh. I mean, I think if Rodgers comes back, I think Pittsburgh will go with him, but we'll see. Do you go get Tariq Woolen? Yeah, you could. I don't think that's a bad idea. Because I really think that the corner they're going to go after, I think they're going to go after a veteran corner. I think they're going to look to upgrade over Dory Jackson, but I think they're going to look to spend not tons of money on a corner, Yeah, I didn't hear anything about the surgeries for Crosby. Crosby will be ready week 1. He had very minor surgery. Yeah, I think Crosby, if you just look at what the Eagles have tried to get pass rusher-wise the last 2 years, I think if Jalen Phillips doesn't resign, I think that they could go that way. I do think they're going to resign Phillips, though. I have a feeling they're going to make a play for him. I think he's going to get somewhere around $25 million. That's what I think. We'll see, Bird Gang, man, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate that. Shout out to you. Most mocks I've seen had us drafting Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end from Oregon. You'd think we go tight end in round 1, hit that like button. I think it's very possible. If you have a round 1 tight end, a first-round tight end, all right, and I've heard a lot about that kid, but I haven't watched a lot on him. But, yeah, I think the Eagles would go first-round tight end. I don't think that's out of the realm. If they think the kid's good and he's the best guy on their board, yeah, because I don't know if they're going to bring back Goddard. They're talking Goddard between what, around $12 million to bring him back. So yeah, I think it's possible, man, and I wouldn't mind it at all. I really wouldn't mind it. Tight ends seem like, especially rookie tight ends, seem to make a good impact in the NFL. So yeah, why not? And thank you, man, for that super chat, man. I appreciate you. Philly Nation says, 500, you know who I really want back on this team is Big Milton Williams. Man, he was a monster. Him, Carter, a monster playing together. He is, he's great. He's a great player. He's developed, and yeah, it sucks in a way that you lose him. But, man, I tell you this. Dude, I love Jordan Davis. And I think Jordan Davis is only going to get better. So, yeah, I like Milton Williams, but, man, I like what I have in Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. So, I get it, though. Manuel says, I don't think trading Crosby is a good idea because he probably won't be playing until week 7 of next year. Yeah, that's literally, this is the first I've heard that he's going to miss 7 games, 8 games. And yes, if he's going to miss 7 to 8 games, one, does that trade the value you would even get for him? Like, will the Raiders get less? So are you getting a bargain? And 2, yeah, if he's going to miss 8 games, that ruins my interest as well. 500, would you rather re-sign Phillips or get Chubb and Ward in free agency? Chubb is so cheap. You could bring Bradley Chubb in and sign Phillips. Ward, I like Ward, but here's the thing. My thing with the cornerback is this. You've got to pay Cooper DeJean top-notch cornerback money. You're going to have to pay Quinyon Mitchell top-notch cornerback money. So, to me, I don't think a guy like Ward is likely going to come here because you got to pay him too. So, I'll say, get me Jalen Phillips. Illuminati says, 500, the Eagles should hire defensive back coach from Toledo. He had produced another top 50 player this year in the draft. Emmanuel McNeil, Warren, safety, cornerback, who I think they should pick up. That's interesting. Now, they got the guy from Buffalo. He's supposed to be pretty good to replace Christian Parker. So, we'll see. But that's interesting. I do think the Eagles are going to go after another safety in the draft. Maybe in free agency, James, a member for 52 months, man. Shout out to you. What's up, 500? What's good? What are you going to have for lunch? I'm probably not going to eat at lunch. This is my lunch. Talking to you guys, hanging out is my lunch. Because as soon as this is over, I'm going to film my video, and then I'm going to head back out. And then that's about it, really. But, man, thank you for your support. You heard the tight ends going top 15. We'll get a better idea of the draft after the combine because, Like the draft boards that you see now, and this is why I don't really look at much mock drafts like this time of year, because they haven't had the combine. Once the combine happens, everything gets turned upside down. And then when you get the pro days, it gets even more turned upside down. So what you see is like the top 25 right now. It's going to change dramatically after the combine. 500 Denzel Ward is going to be cut by the Browns post June 1st cap for savings. Do you think if he'd have to be a bargain? You know what I'm saying? Like he would have to be a bargain, maybe like a 2-year deal. But like remember, you gotta sign Q and you gotta sign Cooper DeJean early because Cooper DeJean's only on a 4-year deal. He doesn't get that extra year like a first round pick. So you have to sign him possibly before you sign Q. So I don't know, you know. How's it going up in Philly area? Did you get crushed with snow or what? I saw that you guys were getting crushed. I had family texting me they got crushed. Samson says, I think the dead cap on Goddard is there either way, so they mentioned a new deal gets rid of the dead cap would lower his number. I would love to bring Goddard back one more year. Like, I would not mind a situation where you could get Goddard for, like, one more year and then draft a tight end 2nd or 3rd round to develop. Dude, I would love that. You know, Kyle Pitts was a name that was hot with the Eagles, but he got franchise tagged. So, we could forget that. Antonio, what's up, my man? How are you? We didn't miss much. We talked a little Tanner Mckee trade rumors, a little bit A.J.Brown. You know, now we're getting into the defense and plan for free agency. Chris Scott says, I'll take Chubb, Ward, and Woolen to sign here. We'll extend Davis. Goddard will be back. If Goddard gets $12 million, it's still $8 million less than it would cost Goddard $20 million dead cap hit. Yeah, that's true, but let's see. You sign Chubb, he's cheap. Ward, I don't know how much he's going to cost, and Woolen. Now, what are you going to put? You're going to sign Woolen and Ward? Why would you sign both of those guys? Where are you going to play Woolen? I don't know. I mean, you're going to need a safety, right? You got Makuba coming back. You're going to need a safety. Man, I would love to get CJ back. Jack says, need a tight end. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm a big believer that if you could get a tight end that can do both, it's a big deal. Because when you get, receiving tight ends, it kind of tips off the defense. You know? Palantir, have you seen AI videos of me and Mark? No, what AI video? Of me and Mark? No, but I want to see it. Show me. Send me a link. I'll play it. There's a AI, like I'm actually working on, I'll save it for later, but I got stuff like that similar coming out. Don't worry, but what video are you talking about? I want Proctor at 23. Not a bad idea. Although I don't know, with the new coordinator, new offensive line coach, like what kind of lineman are we looking for, Oh, let's talk about Crosby, but what about Brock Bowers? Get them both, Brock Bowers, yeah. Get them both, trade A.J. and Mckee there. You want to trade. See, I don't want to trade Mckee. I don't want to trade Brown. Do you see us keeping Epps? Maybe. I don't know if his contract's up or not, but he's cheap. I disagree, though. I have to tell you, I disagree wholeheartedly. Because I did a video a couple days ago, and people were like, I'm crazy because Marsha Epps is a star. I do not believe Epps is a starting safety. And I do not believe he would be a good starting safety for the Eagles. I think he's a good backup. I think he would, I think he would be okay as a backup. I do not believe Epps is a starter, though. James says, did you not see my... I read it. Were you gone? Did you leave? Did you leave for a little bit? I read it, James, right here. You asked me what I was going to have for lunch. I did read it. And my answer was, I'm not having lunch. This is my lunch hanging out with you guys. But you didn't hear me? I read it. Roll Philly, and thank you so much, man. Roll Philly Dogs, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you. He said, Philly, some names to watch for the draft are Mason Thomas, edge, Max Head Itchy, or offensive tackle Michael Trigg, tight end Keith. All right. Yeah, we'll be going through all those guys. What is going on, Gary? How are you? We got a lot of snow back to back, I bet. 17 inches? Damn. Philly, it sucks living in Seattle right now. Why? Because the people are obnoxious? I bet. Woolen at safety? Okay. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, that's not. I don't mind if he could play safety. Yeah, I don't mind that. I like Epps, but if Reed walks, we need a safety regardless. What happens with Epps? I don't know. I think Epps is a fine backup. I don't believe he's a starter. So you would have to go out and get another safety. And I don't know that you could go out and get a rookie safety. Like, they might draft a rookie safety, but do you really want to have Makuba year 2 and then not a veteran presence? Dude, they're going to bring back CJ. You got to bring back CJ Gardner-Johnson. You know, the rumor was that it was him and Christian Parker. And Christian Parker was the reason he was gone. If that's the case, maybe you bring him back. 2 feet in Berlin, New Jersey. Damn. Well, I hope it snowed in the cops that used to pull me over in Berlin. Dude, I've been pulled over in Berlin, New Jersey. It had to be at least once. Because I used to work in Berlin, New Jersey. It has to be at least once a week for like a year period. I was getting pulled over in New Jersey. In Berlin. It was annoying as hell. Yeah, Brisker, I mean, yeah, he could be. Yeah. I miss your miles. I didn't see it. Let me see. Sometimes they don't, the milestones don't always show up here. I don't know why they don't show up in my eCam. But I see it here. So, 4133, member for 28 months, man. Thank you so much for your support, my man. He says, we just need one GM or coach to like Tanner and Howie will cook. Yeah, I agree. I want Chubb over Phillips. Way cheaper. Draft the offensive tackle, guard, center, and a number 2 cornerback. Don't want to break the bank unless it's Garrett. I like the safety from Toledo. Yeah, we talked about the safety from Toledo. Well, mentioned him earlier. But, yeah, you're right. You just need one GM to like Tanner, and Howie will get his way. So you want Chubb over Phillips. See, I was thinking you probably could get Chubb as a backup rotational guy and have Phillips too. But that's interesting. No, I don't think Dean's getting extended at all. Unfortunately, I think Dean is. I think he's gone. I think Dean's going to end up in Dallas. I hate to say it, but I feel like it. You know, I'm okay with CJ Gardner-Johnson again, but I don't think the Eagles will do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Seattle definitely. Yeah, they definitely hit their ceiling with grunge. For you hear your head coach Sirianni, what about him? Eagles, Nick Sirianni, A.J. Brown. Yeah, will A.J. be here next season? I think he will. We're still in a spot. Like, I can't guarantee how anything is going to play out next season, I'm thinking. Yeah, I think Nick was being Nick. Nick should have just said, you know, A.J. wants to be here and we want him here. And left it at that. But Nick Sirianni has no say in whether A.J.'s back or not. That's all Howie. So, you got to be willing to give up a lot for A.J. Yeah, every time we get CJ, we go to Super Bowl. I know. Herbig is on the way. Yeah. So, what do you think? Tanner for Herbig? What if Rodgers comes back? Don't you think that the problem with I see what sending Tanner to Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh hired what's his face, right, as head coach, and then you've got Rodgers might go back. If Rodgers goes back, he's starting. Chris says, think logically, if we let Goddard go and trade A.J., our dead cap hit will be a combined... Yeah, it'll be a lot of money. Now, the Eagles have eaten dead money before. I think they ate 50-something million the year they traded Wentz, but they got a first-round pick for Wentz. Are they going to get a first-round pick for A.J. Brown? And Howie Roseman really kind of said it. He said, we believe in competing. We believe in acquiring talented players. Letting A.J. Brown go is not acquiring talented players. That's not how you build a team. And so I don't think the Eagles want to let him go. I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think they want to trade him. If a team blows them up with an offer, like our boy here, Ryan, his team wants to throw some huge offer, then the Eagles will definitely think about it. Herbig is a rumor. It's a rumor. Would you do a player swap, A.J. Brown for Jefferson, if Howie can make the dead cap money? Yeah, I would. Yeah, of course. I mean, Jefferson's younger, right? So, yeah. Why did I leave Well, I left the area. I got married. My wife lived out here. So I never had even ever been out here until I met my wife. So I had to go see about a girl. Isn't that the line? Yeah, Mike McCarthy. That guy stinks. I think there's a way higher percentage chance of Nakobe in Minnesota, Arizona, or Las Vegas than Dallas. I hope so. It'll make me sick. I'll be sick in my stomach if Nakobe Dean's in Dallas. Blankenship in Dallas, not so much. But, if you listen to you listen to Mark Holmes, all their targets are all Eagles. They want Reed Blankenship, they want Nakobe Dean, and they want Jalen Phillips. They want our whole team. 500, you think the Jets would take the Raiders first or third this year for Jets 28, 29 first? Will you do it both sides? So, would the Raiders take a first or third this year for the Jets 28 and 29 first? No, I don't think so. I mean, don't the Jets want to get the quarterback? If you want a quarterback, I don't think so. I don't think they would do that. No. Shador is an NFL player. He should go to the UFL. It would. What do you mean? He's a Pro Bowl quarterback. So A.J. Brown wants to be back to the Eagles. And the Eagles went back. But as with any player there, can't guarantee what happens because Howie always listens to calls. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, I think the Eagles will listen to trade offers, but I think it's going to cost a lot to get them. Like, you can't just give the Eagles a third-round pick for A.J. Brown or a second-round pick for... Not when you have to pay... Not when the Eagles have to take such a hit cap-wise. I hate to say it, but you're not... The Patriots... The Patriots aren't going to end up with A.J. Brown. And I'll be honest with you. Just to spite the Patriots... because they've been bitching about A.J. Brown for the last year, I'll send them to Buffalo. I'll send him to Buffalo on a break so he doesn't go to New England. I'm okay paying Reed. He's serviceable. Cooper likes you. You're not going to be expensive. I don't think he's that expensive either. So I don't know what are they projecting Reed Blankenship's going to get on the open market. He's not I don't see him as a Pro Bowl safety. I think he's a solid starter. AJ's staying. I think one more year too. I think one more year, but I'm definitely not out of spite because the Patriots start. I blame the Patriot fans for this. All this AJ Brown shit is because of the Patriots. They started all this shit a year ago. And so, to me, if I trade him, I'm sending him to Buffalo. F the Patriots. Real Patriot fans don't want A.J. He's not worth what you're asking. I agree. If I'm a team like the Patriots, I'm not giving you a first-round pick for a 29-year-old wide receiver. And if I'm the Eagles, I'm not giving them away for nothing. The most value the Eagles could get is to keep A.J. Yeah, Eagles need a running back. But I don't think it's like they don't need a starting running back. They need to draft a running back mid-round. Like I think like from rounds 3 to 5, they need a running back. Trade Tanner in the street. Yeah, right. Hurts can't beat Tanner Elite. We will see, my man. We will see. I love it. We got 375 people in here, by the way. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. 500. If the Jets came calling Philly, if I were the Raiders, I would do it. You get a chance at Manning and Smith in 27. Jets get Mendoza, whoever at 2. Yeah, but the only thing is you got the Raiders would have to tank. Like you have to hope that you can draft high, because if you're not drafting lot 1 or 2, you're not going to have a chance at Manning. So you don't know where you're drafting in whatchamacallit. For if you start, I haven't Mayday. I'll start Thursday. It starts to me Thursday. I think Brisker's okay. I don't think he's as good as Reed Blankenship. But if we get CJ back, we win our second Super Bowl in franchise history. If we don't get him back, we're going to be one and done. It seems like every other year, right? But that would be our third Super Bowl in history, because we already got 2. Oh, we're not drafting a running back to the 6th week. Yeah, we got Tank. That's true. I forgot Tank is there one more year. So yeah, you may not have to. I forgot we had Tank next year. You're right. I completely forgot about him. Oh, I would be shocked too. I don't think it's going to happen. One team I could see grab A.J. is Baltimore, Buffalo, Kansas. Yeah, I could see all 3 of those teams. But like I said, because of the cap implications and the numbers, I just don't see a team spending that much money on it, And just a reminder, we will be getting back into these morning streams. Probably, well, we're going to be streaming the Combine this week. So probably starting next week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we should be doing these morning streams. Everything's going to pick up now. It's been really, really slow. I've kind of come up for a breath this month just because, like, it's a chance to just kind of catch up to everything. I still want to see this AI Philly 500 and Mark Holmes thing. Yeah, A.J. Dillon won't be back. The cap is supposed to go up to 20 million. I thought it was supposed to go up to like another 30 million or something like that. I think the Eagles' main focus is going to be to re-sign players that they have. I think that the key, though, to it is Jalen Phillips. If you sign Jalen Phillips, man, I don't think they're going to be super active in free agency. If you let him go and you don't sign him, then I think you're going to see one splash signing. Yeah, we can afford Herbig. We still own the rights to Alexander. I think he comes back in good headspace. Yeah, I don't know what the deal. Herbig from Pittsburgh. I don't know what's up with Jair Alexander. Like, did he retire? Did he retire, or did he step away to think about retirement? So yeah, we would retain his rights, right? So you trade Zach Bond, sign Dean, then you have 2 young linebackers, Campbell with him. Also, you have Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I love Jeremiah. I thought Jeremiah Trotter looked really good last year when he got a chance to play. If it was me, and if I'm the Eagles and I could sign Dean, I would. I would sign Dean. I would keep Bond 1 more year, and then I would let Bond go. That's what I would do. But I don't think the Dean's going to sign. So If we extend Hurts and Davis with like $60 million cap space. Yeah, if you extend, I don't know what you get if you extend Jalen, but if you extend Jordan Davis, you it's like $9 million. It's like over $9 million in cap space. So I think they're gonna I think you will see them extend Jordan Davis. I think that's gonna happen. The question is what are they gonna do with Jalen Phillips? I hate to impose, but I would really like to see a shakedown draft. That's long 3 days. I really would like to see a shakedown draft. That's a long 3 days to do by yourself, and you guys with Matty Krause is a lot of fun. Shakedown draft is taking place. I talked to Joey the other day. So shakedown will be back this week with the combine. So we'll be back for that, and then we will be back on a weekly schedule. I don't know what day yet. It's not going to be Saturdays, but we'll be back weekly starting right around when free agency begins. And yeah, of course, we'll be doing the draft together. So Shakedown's coming back. Like I told everybody, it always was coming back. There was never any issues except for just time. It says Crosby's having surgery. Interesting. Yeah, it's the first I've heard of it. And somebody said he's going to be out to like week 7 or 8. If he's out to week 7 or 8, then what's the point? I will only trade A.J. if somebody gives me a second turned into a first. Yeah. No, I hear you. The only thing I would do, I would say, you want A.J.Brown, give me a 2027 first round pick. I want a 2027 first. That's it. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get as many first-round picks as I can for next year, and I'm going to trade up, and I'm getting that kid Jeremiah Smith. That would be my plan. What do you think about Taylor Coop's teammate X from Iowa, safety, who projected third, fourth round physical box safety who could play the run and could play some nickel? Yeah, I mean, in the mid-rounds, I have no problem with it. You're going to need another safety. They're going to have to draft a safety, but you're also going to need a veteran safety. And if you guys haven't, make sure you guys hit that like button. Philly Fiber, you have to stay on. No, I'm gonna jump off before they speak. I don't want, everybody's gonna want to hear what they have to say. You don't want to hear what I have to say. So yeah, no. I wanted to come on before they speak, and then then everybody can listen to the press conference. I'll do a video recapping it later. Gonna have to draft some offensive line. Oh, to me, I see the first 2 of the first 3 picks I think should be offensive line. I mean, we'll see how everything goes in free agency, but I seriously, I really would pick two of my first 3 picks offensive linemen. Like, I think you got to load up on offensive line because I don't know, man. Cam Jurgens is having stem cell therapy? Like, that sounds like he's like his last resort. Doesn't the stem cells therapy sound like, man, this is my last resort? If this don't work, I'm out of options. Like, that's what it sounds like. So you might need a safety. I think you still need to upgrade your right guard. And then I don't know what's up with Dickerson. Yeah, I heard they're franchising Pickens. Thoughts it's going to cost them a boatload of money. I'm not surprised they do it. That's the way Dallas works. And then what? If he has another great year, they're going to franchise him again. It'll get ugly. Dallas, that's how they do things. For you, Jay, we're going to stream a game together. That would be pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know. Games are a little different because it's just harder to time everything. I kind of am in my own pace on a game, but it's not impossible. He's trying to avoid back surgery. He just had one last year. If I rather listen to 500 than Nick, oh, that's nice of you. Stem cells, some Frankenstein. I mean, it just seems like, to me, that seems like, man, I'm getting desperate, My cousin has cancer. He used stem cells because it's his last resort. Yeah, I mean, that's that's what I remember Peyton Manning did it with his neck, and he was like, I think he said something to the effect that he tried it, it worked for him, but that he was going to retire if it didn't. So I just wonder where Cam Jurgens is in that. Hopefully he'll be back healthy. I mean, I hope. What up, Blake? How are you? Maurice, man, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate it. I forget we get Carson steals a fullback from the Chiefs. I forget that too. We have a fullback? I don't remember that. But that's interesting. The Eagles wanted to use a fullback last year. I don't know how that'll change with the new offense, And thank you for that super chat, my man. I appreciate you. The first Eagles-Dallas game should be streamed with Mark Holmes. Problem is Mark does that weird, you ever see his streams now? It's now he's got all these people, and there's 80 people talking at one time. It's blah, 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 and you can't understand anything. I can't deal with all that. I would say the opposite. Stem cells are incredibly powerful and innovative. Oh, I'm not saying that they're not. That said, the us doesn't type of cutting edge stuff helps too much. Well, no, I'm not saying it's not beneficial in terms of what he's trying to do. I'm just saying when you reach that decision and you say, I'm going to travel for that. I don't know. That makes me feel man, my back isn't getting any better. I got to try something here, So we have plenty of ammo to move up also, especially if Phillips walks. Oh, I agree. Would you do this 500? Trade A.J. for a first, designate it until June 1st, sign Dobbs to a 3-year deal, and resign Dotson for 1 year. In 27, trade both firsts to move. Yeah, I would probably do that. That first round pick you get for AJ would be a 2027 because you designate it after June. Yeah, I would. I would do that. Hey Phil, we draft Lane Johnson replacement. Yeah, if there's somebody that they like, damn, my voice is I haven't done a stream in so long. I'm losing my voice already. Man, like I said, if AJ isn't happy being an Eagle anymore, let the man go where he can be happy. If he's a great receiver, but being an Eagle for 49 years, I've seen a lot of good ones leave regardless. Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? If a guy's not happy there, you don't want him. I get it, but the problem is the contract and the cap hit and the dead money hit is so big that in order for the Eagles to be willing to take that on, they've got to get compensation for him. So you can't just let him go because you're going to pay. You better get something for him. I think they will re-sign Reed and Phillips, somewhat team-friendly deals. I could totally see that. Yeah, Bigsby's under contract 1 more year, so he'll be back. He looked pretty depressed at the end of the season talking about it. I hope it works for beyond football. You talking about Cam? Yeah. 500, I feel it makes almost no sense to trade AJ. The return would ask won't be worth it to other teams. And for us, the dead cap that comes along with it doesn't make sense. AJ would be... I agree. Because, look, the only teams that would be willing to probably trade for him and give you something are going to be teams that are going to be good. So it's not like you're going to get a first-round pick that could be a top 10 pick. It's going to be a late first. A lot of pro athletes go overseas and other places for surgeries. Kobe, oh yeah, they do. There's no question about it. I heard we have 78 million dead cap right now from Washington news source. I don't know if that's total or just this year. I don't know what it is. I know it's pretty high. I think it's top 4 in dead money. But the Eagles, I mean, they paid the dead money. 500, how about A.J. Nolan? A first this year and a second this year for 19 for Max Raiders next year? That's too much. That's way too much. You're way overpaying. A.J. Brown, Nolan, and a first this year and a second for Max. That's way too much. And the Raiders first next year. I don't think the Raiders would want to give up that first round pick. See, I don't think the Raiders don't want A.J. Brown. He's 29 and they're not going to be good for a few years. So I don't think they would do. I don't think that would work. Cameron, thank you for super chat. Cowboy fans want all our players. They do. I know. They're talking about Reed, and they're talking about N'Kobe, and then now they're talking about Jalen Phillips. They want to beat the Eagles. I hope Barkley rebounds it. I think he will. I think he will. Yeah. What up, Bill Bose? He goes, how you doing? Did you see A.J. Brown's recent video on mental health? I think A.J. is special, and I hope we keep... I did see the video on mental health. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome, and I'm glad you brought it up because I meant to mention that. I thought it was great. I think A.J. is very misunderstood. I think A.J. takes a lot of shit, and I think some of it's his own doing, and he's got to handle his frustrations better. But like a lot of what happened last year, in my opinion, he spoke up for the offense and he spoke up for the team. That was planned among him and other players, in my opinion. If we re-signed Phillips, Dean, Blankenship, I don't see Dean. Unfortunately, I would love to keep Dean. Phillips is. I think the Eagles are going to make a play for Phillips. I think the question is going to be how much. If Phillips is getting close to $30 million, I think he walks. If he goes under 25, like if he goes like 23, 24, I think they sign him. I also think that Jordan Davis is going to get extended. Jordan Davis will give you $10 million in cap space. If Barkley doesn't rebound next year, do we get rid of him? P.S. I think he does have a great year. Yeah, they probably would start to look somewhere else. I do think. But see, I think Barkley's going to be... Like, I think Barkley... When you look at, like, Barkley... To me, he didn't lose a step. He looked explosive. Maybe he was a little heavy. Like, I wonder if he was a little heavier than he was a year ago. But, like, to me, Barkley was explosive. The problem is they couldn't block. And then he started trying to do too much. And I thought he got happy feet. I think Barkley's going to be fine. I've seen guys run for 2,000 yards and then not look the same. They look like a step or two slow. I didn't get that from Barkley. John Kerr has higher ceiling than Dean. Yeah, he does. Howie's on the Rich Eisen. Oh, is he? No brainer sign. You got to sign Jordan Davis. Yeah. I would love Bradley Chubb. Chubb, Ward, C.J. Reed would be my dream free agent. Then draft O-line first round. You would go heavy, Philly, Matt. Wouldn't you at that point go heavy on your offense? Like, at that point, you got to go heavy offense, bro. That's how I would do it. Oh, I think I read that one. Yeah. 500. Now that it's in the past, do you think Howie may have jumped the gun for Jair and Michael Carter? Well, definitely. I mean, I can't blame Howie for the Jair Alexander thing. Like that. Like how was he going to know he was going to retire? Michael Carter, yeah, I think he jumped the ship there. Here's another guy that you got to cut, and you get like $8 million in cap space. So yeah, Carter didn't work out at all, which is kind of crazy. I would love to see Jeffrey knock Jerry out if Buddy Ryan was still around. Oh yeah, he would have. Got to go heavy defensive free agency, heavy offense. That's what I'm thinking too. That's exactly how I think. I think that's exactly what you do. The offense really needs, like, it needs young guys in the wings, you know? I would go after CJ. I personally would, you know? Daz, what's up, my man? I never get, yeah. Dude, I know. You should see this month, like, YouTube will tell you analytics wise, like, how many people are getting push notifications, how many people are getting, like it's all low. Like, they are not pushing out my shit right now. It's crazy. Those trades were swapping a 6th and 7th rounder. Those are not large trades, y'all. What trade are we talking about? For what level do you believe Makuba can be? Serviceable pro? I think Makuba could be solid starter to Pro Bowler. I think he's somewhere in the middle there. You know, like, I think he could be Pro Bowler, but I think he'll be. I think his ceiling and floor are pretty close. Actually, I think his floor is good starter, and his ceiling is Pro Bowler. So I think he's somewhere around there. The biggest problem I see from Makuba right off the bat, he's small and he needs to stay healthy. He's already been hurt 3 times in his rookie year. Yeah, I think you have to consider it. You know, you definitely need a tight end. You got it? That's good. YouTube is now what X is? And what do you mean, Tiffany? In what way? I wish YouTube didn't hit me with the censorship like X doesn't. If Vic does plan to retire next year and the team knows that, would they resign Dean? They plan to switch to a 4-3 next year. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, you don't even know who your defensive coordinator would be. I personally want Clint Hurt. That's who I would be. Yeah, I send Makuba with Philly 500. I'll beef that mother humper up. Pause, no Diddy. But I'll have him put on weight. Yeah, we're gonna need another corner. I agree. The enshittification online me, right? Yeah. We will go. Oh, get ready. You better start making your signs. So thanks for the wrench. You got it. Where's your wrench, Master Eagle? Did you get it? Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni emphasize they want A.J.Brown. Yeah, they do. They want him back. There's no question about it. I mean, I don't think A.J. is going anywhere. You know. And I think Nick is speaking. I think Howie's speaking in 10 minutes, by the way. We'll see, Ryan. Martin, what's going on? He goes, yo, 500, what up, dude? Can you remember the last player franchise tagged? I can't, must be decades ago. Last player franchised. I want to say, was Jeremy Maclin franchised? I want to say Maclin, but if not, I don't remember. And he does a Kelsey for O-line coordinator bringing him beat off. I don't think Kelsey would do it. And the reason I say it is Kelsey's making a bunch of money on Monday Night Football and ESPN. I can't see Kelsey wanting to become a coach. I think Howie puts it out today. He wants to shop A.J., but the price has to be high. It's got to be really high because they got to eat so much dead money and stuff. They're going to have to. You'll take Christian Gonzalez all day. How would you do that? Because if you get Christian Gonzalez, you got to pay him top dollar. Then you got to pay Q top dollar. Then you got to pay Cooper DeJean top dollar. Are they going to pay like Are they going to have 3 corners on their team be top 5 paid corners in the league? I can't see them doing that. Yeah, I hear you, Tiffany. You're going to see Ringo at Deshaun Jackson. Okay, in 2012 last shot. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, you guys are right. I think you're right. I said Macklin, but yeah, you're right. I think it was Deshaun. Tanner's going nowhere. He's going to be a starter for the Eagles. We will see. We will see. We got 413 people here. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, put him on a donut diet. Philly fight. You know it. I got him on a donut diet. We'll be eating them Dunkin' Donut vanilla cream donuts, baby. You would take McDermott for Sirianni? I would too, and I don't like McDermott. Why Keely Ringo? Where are you going to with that cheese? Ringo, I say move Ringo to safety. That's what I would do with Ringo this year. I would move him to safety. I like Crosby, but he's going to miss 7 8 games next year. So no. If he's missing 7 8 games, what's the point? You're going to get him back at what, week 8, and then he's going to take him by week 12. Well, maybe. I mean, maybe, but you would have to. They would have to. It ain't happening. If he's missing 7 or 8 games, yeah, forget about it. I hope we let Reed walk. Sorry, but I'm tired of just settling at free safety. I get it. I take a half-eaten frozen lasagna microwave ready over lasagna. Microwave. I'll make lasagna from scratch. You know. So just a reminder. Howie's supposed to speak at 2:45. Oh yeah, 2:45. I think Nick is 3. So they're speaking soon, and then I will be live. Me and Joey will be live. Shakedown will be back. We will be doing the combine. I think that starts Thursday. So we'll be streaming that Thursday, Friday, whatever, looking at the prospects. And then I will start next week. I will start Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays morning live streams again. That's just a reminder. 500 Mark's talking about Jalen's cap hit in 2029. Saying how it's going to hurt the Eagles, but Dak's cap hit $74 million this year is not going to hurt the Cowboys. Mark's a moron. Look, the first year I saw Mark Holmes talk, he would say, well, in 2018, the Eagles cap hit's going to come back and haunt them. In 2022, the Eagles cap, like he says it all the time, it doesn't change. 2029, who cares about 2029? The Eagles will redo his contract way before 2029. That means 3 years of football. We're going to win Super Bowls. Master Eagle just upgraded the membership. Shout out to you, my man. Appreciate you. What up, Philly? I'm blocked from sending you super chats for some reason. What do you mean you're blocked from sending super chats? Why would you be blocked for is it not working? That's weird. I don't know. That sucks. But yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, you're not blocked by me. Hit that like button, right? Imagine Mark Holmes. Ford Holmes is a super hater. He's that guy. He wants to be an Eagle so bad. 500 Jackson was given the franchise tag, but signed it 5-year deal in March. Okay. Michael Vick was later player for in 2011. Okay. Well, I don't see. I mean, who would the Eagles franchise? If you franchise Jalen Phillips, how much would that cost you? That's the question. Sorry if I read this earlier. Would you trade Bourne and extend Dean? Get value out of Bourne while he's the highest in Dean Campbell? Not this year. If I did it, I would trade Bourne after next year. So I would keep Bourne one more year and then I would do it. I'm not trading Bourne right now. I think Bourne's still really good. I'm not getting rid of Bourne. Not this year. You know it. Big time. I got plans for Mark Holmes and Cilio this offseason. They ain't seen nothing yet. You watch what I do. There you go, Rocky. It worked. And thank you for the super chat. Can we trade Nick instead of keep A.J.? That I would be all for. I would be all for that. And thank you for the super chat. The Lazy, thank you, says, bring CJ back. I like that idea. Sign Phillips. I'm okay with that. Davis, Carter, draft offensive lineman, tight end, edge. Let Blankenship and Carter, cornerback, walk. Let Dean walk. I like it. Yeah. I actually like that. Jay Off Dog says, a report that Kyle Pitts might be, he's franchise tagged. They're going to franchise Pitts, so he's off the board. There says, I don't want A.J. gone, but doesn't a part you want to see Smee as wide receiver 1? I don't know. I mean, I don't get caught up in that 1-2. I look at them both as like 1A and 1B. So I mean, I get it. You know that Smith's numbers would skyrocket, but you'd still need another wide receiver on that other end. So I wouldn't, trade Saquon for the kids. What kid? Big Dom season. Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna get going because Nick speaks in 3 minutes, I think. Howie's speaking in 3 minutes. So I want to catch that. I'll definitely have a video talking about, my thoughts on it later today. Of course, we will be streaming live the Combine Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so look for that. And I want to thank everybody for joining me. Make sure you guys, if you haven't, hit that like button. But I'm going to get out of here because I'm sure you guys are going to want to go watch the press conference and not hear me speak. That's for sure. Stop disrespecting Sirianni. No, forget that. I'm going to treat Nick how I treat Nick. All right? And when Nick does stupid things, I'm going to tell you. And he did stupid things last year. He was stupid. All right? So I'm going to tell you the way it is. When he does good things, I'll say it. Right now, Nick is on my shit list. You want to give up the second seed for third seed? You don't care about the seed? You don't care? You just go and get your ass kicked? Nah, Nick, I'm pissed off at Nick. If he does stuff good, I'll tell you. But right now, man, I'm not happy with what Nick did. I'm not. I'm mad at him. Doesn't mean I won't get over it. But right now, I'm kind of mad at Nick. The way it ended, the arrogance of not trying to get the second seed when it was given to you, it just pisses me off, man. It just pisses me off. So thank you for that dislike. I appreciate that, but that's my thoughts, and I ain't changing it for any dislike or likes. So too bad. But let me thank everybody for. No, I'm not saying don't aid nobody's house, but no, I'm definitely not saying that, Tricks. But I'm mad at Nick right now, so I ain't showing him shit. I'm telling you like it is. Nick was a bonehead last year, and Nick. Stupidity cost the Eagles. And that's how I feel about it. And that's just the way it is. Yeah, we're back. No doubt about it. I don't hate Nick. I'm not going to, if he does stuff good, I'm going to give him credit. But man, I'm going to let him have it when he doesn't. That's just the way it has to be. But with that, I'm going to get out of here, you guys. Go see Howie. Go listen to him. I'll have a video out later. And yeah, it should be an interesting week. No doubt about it. With that, I'm out of here, guys. Love yous. I will talk to yous later. And peace out.
2 minutes to go. You got plenty of time.
Come on. Oh, shit! Dad! No! It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to feed the lamb. Trying to feed the lamb. You tried to feed the seed lamb. You got to give it to seed lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking it. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.